Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to our channel. First of all, if you're stumbling, if
Now people don't stumble here.
Okay.
They walk here.
yeah.
Another thing that is peculiar in some families, I know my siblings will be like, "Are you sure you are not?" Another thing that is peculiar is one of the ways to honor like the head of the home is by giving them like a special place. All right. For instance,
Special chair.
yes, the
Dining
father
chair.
has his chair. That is the daddy's chair. All right. If you still walking.
Alright, if it's your first time on this channel, thank you so much. And my name is Victor and this is my husband Joy.
You just said my name is
This
Victor.
is my so weird.
This love is too much.
My name is Joy and this is my husband Victor and we are Mr. and Mrs. V.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
we speak about relationships and family. That's if this is your first time of watching our video.
Alright, so we are continuing on what we started talking about in the last video.
Yeah, the link will be around somewhere. You can check it out.
Alright, in the last video we started talking about honor, and we talked about the importance of honor in a relationship, and that everybody wants to be honored.
Yeah.
Alright, and nobody wants to be dishonored.
Yeah. I remember I said I don't like it when someone shouts at me and it could mean dishonor to me, you know. So that's basically what we talked about in the last video.
Alright, so to give it a little touch of practical, how it applies to us, and then what we have learned, because we just want to come and share things that we've read in the books with you. Yes, we've read a lot of books ourselves, but we don't just want to share things that we've read in books with you, but we want to share things that has helped us and things that we're going through.
And lessons we've learned through those processes.
Yes. So talking about honor, we want to quickly try out this thing, like a question. Alright, it's quite spontaneous now because it's not like part of what we wanted to do. Alright, so
yeah.
So tell me something that makes me feel honored. Let me know.
Okay, that something that makes you feel honored.
Yeah.
Well, you like to how am I going to say this? Okay, you like it when I appreciate your ideas, you know, and I maybe give you thumbs up or give you accolades for your ideas, and not just your ideas, anything, any conversation that comes up, you know, and you know. So basically appreciating your ideas, appreciating your advices, your conversations, you know, this kind of thing.
Alright, I think I must have mentioned it to quite a couple of times.
Yeah, of course you mentioned it.
Yes, but that's still a good one. Okay, so my turn. What I believe makes you feel honored is attention. Like when I'm intentional about listening to you, especially probably when I was busy doing some other things before, and I just perceive that you have something that is pressing to say, and I just don't say, okay, I'm listening, and you're saying it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that I just, well, yes, that's one of it. It's one of it.
Oh, it's more than one.
Yeah. Yes, I actually just discovered that about myself, you know. It hasn't always been like that. I remember I mentioned it in the last video.
Okay.
That although I said we talked about what makes us feel dishonored. You know, but I remember I said I like it when my voice is being heard.
Okay.
That's what actually makes me feel honored.
Okay.
When I know that, okay, this person is ready to give me platforms to speak, you know, and not being belittled because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
So
All right. So Taking a cue from
Okay.
taking a cue from what both of us have shared, I think it's quite important to highlight two important lessons from that. The first one being the fact that you keep learning about yourself.
Yes, because there are some things I didn't know about myself. Like I said, I didn't know that having someone listening to me, like deliberately listening to me and making it obvious that he's listening, makes me feel honored. I never knew that about myself, but he gave me a point at that, and that's actually makes me feel honored.
And anytime you make someone feel honored, you sow something like a seed of desire to reciprocate the
true.
honor. All right.
True.
Yeah, I was talking about two things. The first one is the fact that you don't know yourself fully, so don't expect that. And I always tell my wife when she says that this is your love language, I'll say yes, it's my love language. But sometimes I might desire some other things.
Yeah,
all
true.
right. Then the second thing is also the fact that you need to communicate about these things.
Yeah.
Right? You need to speak with your partner about what
Makes you feel honored.
yes. Yeah, so we are going over to languages of honor, and just as we all know, there are different languages.
Of love.
Not even
The
of
same way
love.
that there are different languages of love.
Even in speaking words now, there are different
True.
languages. Then in expressing love, there are different languages according to Gary Chapman, I think.
Yes.
Then for apologies too, there are different languages of apologizing. Also, although we've not seen this in this context, all right, but maybe is being proposed by Mr. and Mrs. V.
Yeah, we've not. What he's saying is that we've not seen it like in any other book.
All right.
That sense. So.
All right. So we also believe that there is a language of honor. All right.
Or there are languages of.
There are languages of honor
Yeah.
based on the fact that the way someone wants to be honored is influenced by quite a number of things. And I remember mentioning in the last video that in some cultures,
I remember.
they treat themselves in certain way that if you go to another culture, it will be like an act of dishonor. Take for instance, you remember what you said about the Chinese?
Yeah. I noticed that the same way we see ourselves in the morning and we say hi, hello, and
By we, she means Africans, Nigerians.
But for them, they just go to work and start working. No hello, no hi. And for me, sometimes it seems like, okay, are you guys quarreling? But that's just how they are, So to me, it's a sign of dishonor to come to work in the morning, or to come to school, or to come to the lab in the morning and not say hi, But to them, maybe it's a form of privacy. You're working, then I shouldn't disturb you. This kind of thing.
So take for instance a relationship between someone that is raised in that environment and someone that is raised in an environment where the way they greet themselves is they must hug, shout, prostrate on the floor. Daddy wa, ekpele. I'm speaking Yoruba. The way people relate with themselves, is totally different.
Yeah,
they like expressing their feelings, and if someone that is over expressive, as it may be termed, there comes around there and is just expressing things like that, they will be like, it's like it's an eye service. Maybe it's just putting up that appearance to take us off guard, or to deceive us, or to lure us, or something like that. All right. So the cultural perspective also matters for two people to develop a better understanding of themselves. They need to know the background of one another.
And I believe that can be done through communication, actually.
Yes.
So talk about your background, talk about your upbringing, how the setting you grew up in, how your family is. I remember I met a friend, you know him, but I'm not going to mention his name. He was talking about the way they handle misunderstanding in their home, even between parents and children. They can shout about it, and in the next minute they are fine, as if nothing happened. And I remember I was saying the wife who he was dating then, now presently is
I think I know the person.
Yeah, he said the first time she got to their family house, and saw the way they were doing that was strange to her. That why are these people shouting on themselves? It was so strange to her. But it was not a thing of dishonor to them. That's how they do. That's how they roll in their house. So.
All right. So that's like a family influence now.
Yeah.
Another thing that is peculiar in some families, I know my siblings will be like, "Are you sure you are not?" Another thing that is peculiar is one of the ways to honor like the head of the home is by giving them like a special place. All right. For instance,
special chair.
Yes, the father chair has his chair. That is the daddy's chair. All right. If a visitor should come, of course they might not talk, but the father has his chair. Yes. He has his cutleries, his spoon, his cups, and all that. Whereas in some other families, it's possible that the father of the house, is just convenient sitting on the floor
and
to
eating
eat
in the
with
same plate
everyone
with
and
the
all
children,
that. Yes. So I remember my wife asked me that. So where do I fall amongst the two? And I told her with sincerity that I think I'm in between, because I'm coming from a background where it's like the reserved. You understand? All right, which I also love, and I was exposed or mentored by someone that is like
that eats in the same plate with the whole family, with visitors.
Yes, and I actually love it too. So like we sit around in the house and eat. There are chairs, of course, but sometimes we decide to just sit on the floor and eat together. Of course, not all the time. All right, so now if you bring two people that are from different backgrounds together, there's every tendency that if they don't communicate about it, that one will misinterpret the action of the other person. Who is right and who is wrong?
Well, it's not a matter of who is right or who is wrong. The main issue is communicate about it and come to an agreement.
As you can see, my wife is putting on a shirt. And
putting on your shirt.
All right, and the question now is it right for her to do that? Is it not right? Well, what is right in a family? I remember one of the things they told us during our counseling session, our marriage counseling.
You get what you put into your home.
Not even that, but don't like do copy and paste. Like this is what these people are doing, and that's what we must do. All right, you need to develop what works for you. I remember you said that. But you need to.
I have a video on that. What works for you?
I'm quoting my wife now. You need to develop what works for you.
Okay, so the first one is words of honor, and my husband already touched on it. Communication. As much as you communicate about what makes you feel honor, and then you can also honor your partner in your communication. The words you speak to your partner, it can actually stir up honor. I don't know if there's anyone like that.
Yeah.
And then the next one is gift of honor.
Yes, of course, it is assumed in the society that gifts only comes from men to women. All right, but I remember when the Queen of Sheba was coming to visit Solomon, she came with gifts and all that. So, but I believe that based on the love language of the person, if it's someone that likes gifts, it's not about the size of the gift that is important, but just the fact that you gift the person something to make the person feel honored. All right, and that's where the word honorarium also comes from.
True.
Yes. All right, so once you discover that your partner feels honored when you buy a gift, then I think once in a while, as frequently as possible, as frequently as possible, you should consider doing that.
And then another language of honor, attention.
We spoke about that.
We spoke about it. Remember, I said I never knew that could actually mean honor to me, but Really, it does. Thinking about it, it's a sign of dishonor to be communicating with someone and yet not present in the communication, you know. So it's necessary to pay attention, right?
And last but not the least, service. Well,
My husband is an act of service person.
well, the truth is that the languages of honor are just from they are from the love languages.
Yeah,
They are from the love languages, but we are just interpreting them in the context of what makes a person feel honored or dishonored. Act of service is also another thing that's important. All right, and for instance, some women want their husband to be present. All right, to give necessary assistance to them.
Yes.
In the
Yes.
in the home. All right, and also men also want women to be involved. All right, of course, maybe not like the paperwork and all that, but to be involved in the critical thinking, decision making, and activities that generates
money
into the family, and so the more for someone whose primary love language and language of honor is service, you might want to consider doing activities for such a person that would fill up the honor tank.
We actually believe that act of service actually all other languages of honor revolves around act of service, because someone you really love and you really want to do everything for, you'll be ready to serve the person.
True.
So every other languages of honor revolves around act of service. Your willingness to serve, determines the gift you get for the person, determines if you get a gift for the person. Your willingness to serve also determines if you pay attention when someone is talking, So that's it. Act of service is very key.
So we hope that this is not just theory, and you were able to pick up one or two things that are applicable from this short section or short episode of Mr. and Mrs. V.
Yeah.
All right, but before you go, of course, you know what we want to say.
We need to subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we post our recent videos. And don't forget to always walk in love.
Yeah, it's very important.
Walk in love towards your partner, towards the people around you. Walk in love.
All right, so till we meet again.
Thank you. It's Mr. and Mrs. V signing out.
Like, I'm not being doing this.
Oh, okay.